if you're someone whose first reaction is to say Poch out, Pochettino out, my friends, don't be lazy. You need to add more names to your out list. Why? Because I think this game was perfect proof that all our issues and woes this season are not fully dependent and solely down to one individual, as I've been trying to say for a long time. I've been noticing these patterns. I've been noticing these patterns since last season, and I'm going to keep saying this. It's structural failure across the board. I'm looking at the sporting directors. I'm looking at the manager, and we look at the players today. We look at the players today because they take responsibility too. It's contextual. If you watch this first half and thought, this is Pochettino's fault, you're being lazy with it, yeah? It's faults from everyone across the board right now. I look at the sporting directors, I think to myself, were these guys even the first choice guys we wanted? No, we looked at guys like Edwards, Mitchell, Freund for God's sake. We had Vival as well too, trying to push for more Bundes targets, add more to the team. We went for Stewart, we went for Winstonley. We gave these guys a blank budget, unlimited funds to do what they wanted. And this is the best they could do with over $1 billion plus invested into the team, yeah? I look at Pochettino. I think today he did some things right. I'll discuss them later on. At times this season he has been making mistakes. Things haven't gone perfectly, but I sympathize when you have injuries and things going against you. I get it. But at the same goddamn time, we aren't going to forget the players today. Look, I think the moment that sums up where we are, you're seeing the image on screen, yeah? What can you do in this moment? What can you do in this moment when you got a 3v1 right here, options all around, keeper ain't nowhere near, and when moments like this aren't going into the back of the goddamn nets, my friends, what the hell can you do if you're the manager? What can you do? Because the moment to create this was perfect. Superb defensive clearance to start the move. Gets cleared. Nico Jackson is running at 100 speed of light to close down the keeper, to force the ball backwards because he knows his teammates are going to back the move. You see Palmer, you see Sterling on the counter press winning that. We make the 3v1. We make the moment that we worked upon in the training sessions, for God's sake. And what happens? What happens? The guy that costs you $350,000 a week, the guy that you've given star boy top of the Prem class wages to in Raheem Sterling, for God's sake. He does the most unselfish act of the season and he goes for goal. Does he round the goalkeeper? No, doesn't have the quality for that. He hits it straight at the goalkeeper. In that first half, we saw Broja completely missing the ball. We saw Nicholas Jackson taking extra touches just to touch the ball. And we're seeing Raheem Sterling shooting at the keeper. Sorry, what can you do in those moments? What can you actually do if you're the manager? Because my thing is, we started this game properly. I saw Gusto bombing down the right hand side, yeah? Stretching the play, running in behind. We were playing vertical passes, man. We were playing forward. But the quality up front, if there was one game that sums up our striker woes, this was the game, yeah? Armando Broja, I feel for this kid, man. Come on, he's out for a year with the ACL. You need at least 1 year. 1 year just to get back to where you left off. We know this. He's a write-off, unfortunately. A loan move could be best for him. I think so. Because, unfortunately, for the context of this season, he just can't be relied upon. He can't be. Nicholas Jackson, I get it. You know, it's been an accelerated journey in his game right now. You know, playing La Liga, then you come to the Prem, all in the space of a year. I get it. I'd like to think, though, brother, after being here for like nearly half a year, you know, how many games in the Premier League, you would have probably clocked and thought, I might have to take my shots a bit earlier. I don't think I have the time to take an extra touch so I can find the right place to take my shots. I think I would have learned this after maybe the 10th game. And that's even being generous, for God's sake. What can you do when Donny's like, it's Kid FC, for God's sake. It's Kid FC. The right experience around them isn't the proper levels to help them. I mean, Sterling making mistakes. Thiago Silva at the back too, the most reliable guy. I mean, he's played football for more years than how old some of these guys are playing for us, for God's sake. And even you're seeing mistakes in this game as well. What can you do? Because you know what it was, yeah? After doing all the right things that Poch definitely coached in the first half, the speed, the aggression, we was stopping their counterattacks, we was defending set pieces good. The most valuable thing you have to do, the most important thing you have to do is put the ball in the back of the net, for God's sake. If your team can't do that, I think as a manager, what can you actually really do? Let's keep it real. Because when we messed up that moment, that 3v1 moment, I noticed something. Something I've seen all the time this season. The heads dropped. The heads fell down. All of a sudden, Wolves came up from the blocks like nowhere, bro. Winning corner after corner. Putting in cross after cross. You know? They were getting unrelenting with it. This wasn't like this for the first 30, 35 minutes. It's an absolute joke. And you see this all the time with this team because there's no one there to pick some of these boys up. What do you see in terms of inexperience? You see guys forcing the play. You see the wrong decision making. You see players who stop showing for the ball. They start hiding behind and we start getting turnovers in our own half. We put ourselves under more pressure. Players start making mistakes out of... Like some of the mistakes you saw, I saw one from Conor Gallagher. Completely unmarked. Loses possession. I saw it from Silva. That was embarrassing start of the second half. The Sassy as well too, out from nowhere. When you're experienced guys even making mistakes like this, what confidence does it give the whole team all around? Oh shit. I need to relax a little bit, man. I'm not gonna beat myself up after another loss I should have preempted and realised. It's absolute shambles today. But as I said at the start of this goddamn video, if your only course of action, your only response is Pochettino out, wake the hell up, man. Put more names on your out list, for God's sake. You could say out to a few of these players. You could say out to a few of these owners at this football club, yeah? Don't just purely put it onto Pochettino, because I'm not going to lie, man. After that first half, my heads went down. What could this guy really do? I mean, things get worse second half. Leslie Ugochukwu, he comes off. We basically had no midfield. You saw Palmer, Nkunku, and Conor Gallagher as a midfield three trying to get us back in the game. I'm sorry, man. I think the thing that just angers me and disappoints me the most is just how immature we look as a team. Because my flipping lord, when things go against us, all the common sense comes out of our play. We don't spam the right moves. Is it any surprise when Nkunku, thank God for Nkunku. I mean, and this is what I mean. Nkunku showed this is the type of quality we've been missing all season. His first proper chance, beautiful cushion header away from the goalkeeper. Amazing players make this look easy. Not Broja, who's completely missing the ball. Not Nicholas Jackson, that has to take 2 extra touches before he takes a shot, for God's sake. Not Raheem Sterling, that has no composure in front of goal. Everything is at the keeper or out wide. You know, this is what you need, but Nkunku can't do this himself. As I said, I think this game showed by a striker is needed. This is why we're even looking at guys like Gyökeres, even tempting, should we actually splash 100 mil in his release clause? Because actually, we think this Donny might be what this team needs. In a game like this, if we had a player like this in the first half, we win the game. And you see how everything changes. You know, you see how the whole game changes. If that first half, if we lead like we're supposed to, we win this game. And unfortunately, we just won't have the players to take the responsibility in these moments to do that. So the pressure piles on, the football gets worse, things get more desperate, things get more pathetic, more mistakes creeping, and we can see the easiest goals from a set piece and from the counter-attack near the end, just to add salt to the injury. My God, it's like the easiest thing to deal with. Badia Shield's body positioning all over the place. And this is why I keep saying, you guys that want to start doing, this guy's better than that guy. Every single guy in our team makes mistakes, bar Nkunku, for God's sake. Please don't waste your time doing battles over guys who aren't levels. Don't waste your time doing that. Like, it'll get more embarrassing in my opinion, yeah? All these guys aren't up to the level they have to be. And then this is where the questions come down, right? Why is it like this? Who takes responsibility? Why is it this much of a struggle this season? Why are we going backwards? You know, why are we not able to sustain any bit of positivity? You know, after that moment against Newcastle, the fact that we endlessly lose, yes, again, away from home against Wolves in a very easy manner. What is that really saying about what's going on? Honestly, I think, this loss now means that we are stuck in 10th place, 5 points off from 9th place, Brian. Do I see us winning 2 games on the bounce anytime soon? Absolutely not. Hopefully, Luton Town, we do something, but they're looking re-galvanized as a team right now. Obviously, their teammates out. God bless. Very unfortunate. They're here to back him. They're playing with new energy. Right now, I don't have no confidence against any team we play against. For 2023, that's now 19 losses in 2023. This is a modern mockery. This is the depths right now. This is awful. I think the only way we can get back, and you guys might not agree with me, how we started that first half is key. And my thing is, if you had Nkunku who's starting, we are scoring in that first half, yeah? If we had a striker, which we could sign in January, because I just don't think we can have 2 young Donnies up front this season. I think this game proved it to a T. We are leading, and I think we're winning this game. Continue the first half approach, and hopefully we can get over these mental blocks that keep killing our chances in games, that creates the stupid moments in games, that creates these mistakes, that creates these poor pieces of play, the lack of sustained pressure, the easy giveaways, not maintaining our composure and playing it left to right, forcing moments in games to forcing easy turnovers in possession. This is why we are so desperate for goals, because this team needs goals to feel confidence, to maintain what they're doing is correct. Because when things go against us, we don't have a plan B, we don't have a plan C. Once plan A is out the window, as we've seen throughout this whole season, we're out the door. And I think this is where Poch can take something from this as well. He plays a part in this too, for sure. But right now, we are just a very easy team to play against, full of lots of techie guys that only want to play on the floor every single time. And it's funny because when moments get desperate, how many crosses was we putting inside the box? To who? We got no physical presence there. We got no aerial threat. We got no striker that takes advantage. And I think right now it's quite obvious that we need a striker of these dimensions to add something to this team, right? Because what we have right now is not enough. And it's a reminder and it's a wake-up call to everyone, all of us, that to win in this country, if you think you're going to be doing your tiki-taka to get through, to get results, you're mistaken and you're not getting it, yeah? Look how easy you are to play against. Did Wolves bust? Actually, Wolves did bust the gut today. They did bust the gut. And obviously, the defender came off with injuries. A few last-ditch tackles were forced and saved as well too. We had those moments, and this is why today, for me, this loss is on the players, because we made the moments. We forced Wolves back. We had moments to take advantage of, and they didn't take it. The players didn't take it, and there's only so much a manager can do when your team is depleted. Caicedo's not available. Bless Leslie. He had to come off due to picking up a hamstring injury, it seems like. You've got no midfield right now. Things are looking dire. That first half was key, and the guys, the team, they let us down. They let us down in that first half, and they crumbled. And it's been the story of this season, my friends. So right now, that's everything I have to say. Share your thoughts and opinions. Later tonight, there is going to be a call-in show. So if you guys want to air your opinions, your grievances, please. I'll be releasing the details tonight. Come on, let's discuss and break down this game. And hopefully have a good Christmas if you celebrate that. And if you don't celebrate that, just have a good week in general. And do something better with your weekends. My friends, I'm Nini FC. This is Blue Lines CV. I'll see you guys later with some more videos. Cool.